Welcome to one of the most storied and historic restaurants in Manchester. Been here almost a full century. It's the Red Arrow Diner. Under the new ownership, well, relatively new since 1987, of Carol Lawrence, and big renovations going on. The political season is coming, so you're going to have a lot of guests in-house, aren't you?
We definitely are. We will be hosting Sirius XM. We'll be coming in, primary, the night before the primary. They're going to have one of their shows here the night before, and then 3 will be airing the day of the primary.
So what is it about the Red Arrow Diner? I mean, they could go to any restaurant in town. Yes, this is convenient, but it seems like you draw not only celebrities, but the politicians love to come here.
You know, we're a diner that's been around since 1922. I'm the 5th owner. You know, the diner in any community is the focal point of the community. And I think for politicians, you know, they can come in, they can, you know, they can visit and talk with all walks of life. And, you know, the Red Arrow, I've always embraced, you know, the media coming in, and my customers, you know, a lot of them will ask me, well, how are the customers during this time of year, you know, and, you know, when it's happening, and they know, you know, we do make a few of them upset, but that's okay. You know, it goes with New Hampshire.
I would love to talk a little bit about the food because, you know, I could talk about the people that sit in these seats all day, but I want to talk about this creation right here. I saw 4 pieces of bread and a hamburger. What is this?
You know, we have a great menu. We have our last menu, we created a burger bar, and we have like really good burgers. So this is one of a popular one. It's called the grilled cheesy burger. So and our grilled cheeses have 4 slices of cheese in each one. So it's actually 2 grilled cheeses with a burger in between, and you can add on to that. I mean, people add an egg onto it, even a slab of fried macaroni and cheese.
These are grilled cheese sandwiches
These are
on
2
both
grilled
ends
cheese sandwiches.
of a massive patty.
Yes. Yes, and it's all fresh ground. It's never hand-formed.
See, when I think of comfort food, I think of the Red Arrow Diner just by looking at the variety of things. Now let's move over to the dish at the very front of the picture, and only a couple times have I made meatloaf where I'll finish it off on the grill. That is my new favorite way to have it.
Isn't it great? I love that too. That's like my touch, and that's my recipe. I like meatloaf, but I hate meatloaf with peppers in it.
Really?
I think we've talked about that before.
I think so, yes.
So my you know, meatloaf here doesn't have peppers, and it's really good. And of course, real mashed potatoes, and
yeah, generous with the gravy. I love that.
yeah.
Now I thought this was some type of an eggs Benedict.
We got to talk about the beans.
Oh, I'm sorry. Back to the beans.
The beans. This is the original recipe of the Red Arrow Diner.
So, I mean, David LaMontagne opened it in 1922. This is the recipe?
This is the recipe. So I'm told. When I came, there was a box, and I have it at home, and it had all of the old recipes in it. It even had some receipts dated back to like 1929. You know, like the old cash register receipts and stuff. But that is the recipe, and Red Arrow has always been known for their beans, so you can always get beans at the diner.
So you mentioned 5 owners, and you're the 5th. You bought it in 1987. Made a lot of changes, but you kept it true to its roots, as I can tell by the beans.
I did, and you know, I still have a relationship with the LaMontagnes. Their son, Dave, I still chat with him regularly, and he's so proud of what I've done and kept it going. And his mom actually celebrated her 100-year birthday here a few years ago. She has since passed, but it was...
One thing that you were really on the cutting edge, you know, kind of breaking from tradition, is in 1998, you decided that this would be probably the first smoke-free restaurant space in the city of Manchester.
I was the second. The first one, it was just a couple months before me, was the back room, Puritan back room. And I did my research. I spoke a lot with Randy Garvin, who is a diner guru. He's well known throughout the United States. And he promotes smoke-free diners, and I'm like, smoke-free? I mean, I had 3 smoke eaters in here. It was horrible in here. It was bad. I'd even questioned certain times of the day, bringing my own kids in. But I did my research and talked with him quite a bit, and then I called John Clayton and asked him, you know, to help me out here. I'm doing this, and he's like, what? And we got put right onto the front page of the Union Leader, and that article is right up there somewhere. But it was the best thing I ever did. I mean, literally immediately the next day, saw results in the positive. Everybody kept telling me I'm going to go out of business, and That didn't happen.
Including your dad, right?
Including my dad. He was like the one time that I didn't do what he had suggested and said, no, I don't think you should do it, but I did it.
I have to get back to the food here before we wrap up. This is an Eggs Benedict, but this is not your mom's Eggs Benedict.
We have so many different kinds of Eggs Benny. We're known for them. We must have over 100 different kinds. I mean, you name it, we'll put it in an Eggs Benedict. This is our maple sausage Eggs Benny, which is very popular. Another one that we do that people kind of question, they're like, and I remember when we were testing this out, you know, one of my old general managers a few years ago, Roy, we said, let's try a pork pie Eggs Benny. You know, we make our own pork pies here. It's my grandmother's recipe. And he's like, what? We tried it. Oh my gosh, it is so good. And that's probably one of our more popular ones, pork pie Eggs Benny.
You've been voted best chili, I think, a number of times.
USA Today.
USA, and speaking of USA Today, they kind of put you on the map. I mean, you were always on the map in New Hampshire, or this part of the country, but they voted you among the top 10 best diners in the country. And then after that, it was diners, drive-ins, and dives. And even today, as we do the Chef's Plate here at the Red Arrow Diner on Lowell Street, New York Magazine is here, as well as Evening News from ABC. So there's no shortage of media and celebrities. Adam Sandler's sat in one of these booths, has he not?
Very humbled by Adam Sandler. He's so true to his roots. And, you know, he always mentions Red Arrow when he's around, and even when he's out in LA, and yeah, we welcome him all the time.
Well, you can't have a great meal of comfort food at the Red Diner without some kind of dessert. I know you've got the pies, which are, you know, that big, unbelievable, but there they are, folks. This is my favorite. These are way better than Hostess Twinkies, and they got real popular when Twinkies cut production a few years back.
That is true. Here in this location, I have 3 locations. This location, we make over 500 of them a week. And between all of them, we're well over 1,000 a week between all 3 diners of Dinah Fingers, yeah.
Carol Lawrence, the owner of Red Arrow Diner, I want to salute you, and let's leave it with have a diner day.
Have a diner day right here. Thank you. Thank you.